Hello there, Bradley from B-Rad TV here, and today I'm roasting in the Florida sun. Woo, I'm cooking. So if I'm sweating, that's why. Today I'm going to talk about doing something real. What I mean by that is something that makes you present, I mean seriously present in the moment, so you're actually living and doing something, I'd say sensual, something with your senses and your mind and your body. Now, I was a big fan of the saying, time you enjoyed wasting wasn't wasted. I think it was a John Lennon quote. But the more I thought about it, I think there's some sort of false perception or delusion of truly enjoying yourself as opposed to switching off and distracting yourself. Now, at this day and age, we're all distracted by so many digital things. Social media, internet, video games, films, TV series, everything. And now I'm a culprit as well. I love the cinema. I go to the cinema on my own to enjoy a movie. I enjoy a few TV series, and I even play online video games every now and again. And one of my hobbies is to sit alone in a room, close the curtains and write, with no one else there obviously. So I'm not exactly one to talk, but that's how I've sort of come to this this realization. Doing something real, to me, it does require effort. It requires a physical effort. You have to do something, be somewhere, go somewhere, and you can't just lock yourself away and switch off. I mean, travel and see an old friend, go for a walk somewhere, maybe not hiking up Everest and swimming the Channel, but rather than sitting in and playing a video game for so long, or even reading. I've started to enjoy reading a lot more lately. But I mean, go for a walk in nature, feel the ground underneath your feet. If you live near a sea, put your feet in the sea. And friends, like you socialise online, you can think, oh, that's it, I'm doing it, but it's not the same. When you travel a distance to see someone, it makes it so much more, I would say, meaningful and real. You'll remember that day out, and yeah, you can sit at home and think, oh, I could stay at home and not do anything. I'd save money. I wouldn't have to go out. I can lounge around in my pants or sit here naked or something. Like, just not do anything, and that'd be relaxing. But when that becomes your default setting, your life is going to just slip through your fingers. I'd say time is so precious. Before you know it, you could have wasted an entire year. And yeah, you could say, oh, I enjoyed myself, or I was relaxing, and yeah, you didn't exert yourself, but you weren't living. It sounds hard to even describe to you. Oh yeah, make the effort, and rather than relax, do something that takes hard work, and you'll reap the rewards in the moment when you're there and you're present, either with people or on your own doing this activity, or being present at one with yourself and the world around you, rather than switching off and telling your brain that you're giving it some downtime by not doing anything, really. It's the same sort of sensation or description, I can say, as when you return to eating sort of fresh fruit and vegetables, as in raw fruit and vegetables, and you feel them in your mouth and the flavours and stuff like that. It's suddenly a lot more real, pure, less diluted than fake food, as it were, not even food. And that's the main point here. Don't get lazy and dilute your life. Life is about what you do and who you meet. And yeah, take some downtimes, take some time off. I'm not saying don't play video games or go to the cinema. I'm going to keep doing that. But if you're doing it too much, bear in mind that the real world is out there. It's here. It's literally the real world is literally outside the door. And even personally, I can say I've spent more days just going to the gym, doing some writing, and then relaxing with a movie or a video game or something. But they all sort of blur into nothing. Yeah, I did it and I was relaxed and I'm working towards what I want to work towards, and I feel good about that. But say one day trip into London to go to a museum with an old friend, I remember more about that one day than I do about an entire month of not living. And it's sort of, yeah, I want to balance my life and not just say carpe diem and do things all the time, but I'm worried I might have been going the other way for too long, and I've disappeared so much time, so much precious life on not doing real things with people. I'm sweating out here in the sun. Now that is real. Even though I'm here on my own, I'm doing something for the internet, I feel like, I remember filming pretty much all of my YouTube videos, because I've gone somewhere to do them, rather, well, most of them, or I am somewhere and something's happening, I've taken the camera with me, and I'm sat here and I'm dripping in sweat. But it's great. It's the morning, I might get a bit of a tan, get me some vitamin D. Hooray. And the thing is, the video games, whatever, all this fake stuff that gives your body this sort of electrical, it gives your brain these electrical signals and you release dopamine, whatever it is. I'm not a scientist, I don't know, but that's the general gist of what happens. Even though it's artificial, your brain can convince you it's real, and that's how it becomes so comfortable and might seem so real, because it is this incredible simulation that your brain is so brilliant it can give you that release anyway. But going out and, say, meeting people, developing relationships, having real physical connection, you know, even without me telling you that beats anything artificial. But it is hard work. Talking with people, well, it's not hard work, it's not what I mean, but you can overthink things. You can think about yourself, think about what they're doing. For someone like me, you might think I'm really excitable and outgoing, but it takes effort, and you have to understand and listen. And I don't like the word compromise, because that has like negative connotations, but just understanding and sharing love and care in the real world. Yeah, it might take more of your time and you won't be playing your video games or doing whatever, but it will feel genuine, it will feel real, and it will give your life sort of purpose and meaning in that moment. And then in the future, when you look back, like I said, let's say one day trip into London to go to a museum with someone, I remember more than so many other days of nothing. And that didn't really cost anything, a bit of train fare. The museums are free in London. Didn't even have to go to London. I could have gone for a walk near where I live with someone, just had a chat, maybe gone for even a drink in the pub. And I'm saying I'll go for getting drunk piss-ups with your friends all the time, but balance, 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 balance. And that's where I think you might notice I sort of yo-yo and do things to the extreme, blah-de-blah. So I have come to this realization: I am present, but I need to do more real activities, more hands-on, involving walking, my body, movement, seeing people, thinking, caring and loving, actually in the flesh, in real life. So do something real. Go walk in the woods, go every night, go outside and watch the stars. Go look at the stars if they're out for like 10 minutes every night. Now I'm annoyed, the music is getting too loud. Let's go for a walk. Oh, there we go, so now I'm walking, holding this camera. Woohoo! Something real. So like I was saying, something real. Go look at the stars every night. Go for a walk every morning. Decide that once a week, you're going to cook a meal from scratch. Spend the time making the sauce yourself. Everything. Make pasta from scratch. Find some sort of meat you haven't eaten before and cook it in a way you've never even thought of cooking it before. Go somewhere you've never been. Even, I'm not saying go abroad or anything like that necessarily, but just even near you. Do something different, but get outside, get involved with people and actually living. Let's walk backwards into the trees. Okay, ramble, got away from the noisy music, nothing really much else to say. I might go for a swim. That's pretty real. I always like that. Alright guys, take it easy. Live in the real world. Still enjoy yourselves. Technology can be fun and good. I wouldn't be here doing this without technology. So enjoy yourselves guys, take care, be real, live, be present, and be rad.